Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on what's happening across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is 4:57 a.m. now 4:58 a.m. Saturday, June 29, 2024. Let us focus our attention on the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening. We can see that we now have what's designated as Tropical Storm Beryl right here across the central Atlantic, a tropical wave right here to the east of the Caribbean, and another tropical wave right here to the east of Beryl that also has the hurricane center's attention for possible tropical cyclone development. And if we take a look back at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic as the sun is starting to come up, we can see the clouds associated with Beryl right there spinning away, pushing westward and strengthening. The clouds associated with the tropical wave across portions of the eastern Caribbean, and the clouds associated with the other tropical wave to the east of Beryl that has a chance of development. If we take a look at what's happening across Jamaica right now, we can definitely see that we have some clouds coming into sections of some central and eastern parishes, more so northern Jamaica than anything else, as we see those sparkling white dots that represent lightning flashes, if not lightning strikes. So we definitely have some thunderstorms coming into especially sections of St. Anne, St. Mary, sections of Portland, even sections of St. Thomas got in on some of the action. If you take a look at the Cuban Doppler radar images, because the Jamaican Doppler radar has been down for quite some time, we can see that it's still glitching out, still showing June 27, so we have to be dependent on the Guantanamo Bay Cuban military radar, which is showing us the rainfall coming into section of northeastern Jamaica. The greens, the blues that represent some amount of light and moderate rainfall. Nothing being shown across Jamaica on the Cayman radar, as they don't usually get rainfall in the morning. It's usually in the afternoon that they get that rainfall. And if we take a look at what was predicted in yesterday or last night's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, this early morning rainfall was predicted. We here at Weather Jamaica definitely take predictions and the accuracy of these predictions very seriously. As we can see, the prediction was made in yesterday's video that would have received some rainfall across eastern Jamaica last night, that's Friday night, into Saturday morning, and it's definitely coming to fruition as we speak. As we know, eastern parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Surrey, so Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, St. Andrew, and that's exactly what unfolded, even although it incorporated some of St. Anne and St. Mary in that. As we can see here, a post was made highlighting and confirming the validity of that prediction. This post was made on our Twitter page at Weather Jamaica, on our Instagram page at weather.jamaica, and on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, even on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there, as we make posts throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. And the rainfall isn't over for today, as the supercomputer models are showing more in store for the island. This is the Euro and this is the GFS, and this is valid for 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 9 a.m. Jamaica time. And we still see some blues coming into sections of the east. The blues we know represent rainfall, so section of St. Thomas, Portland could still get in on some amount of rainfall this morning. Then by afternoon, this is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 2 p.m. Jamaica time. We still see the blues represent rainfall across sections of eastern, central, and western Jamaica. Even by this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 6 p.m. Jamaica time, we still see the consensus Euro less robust than the GFS. GFS still has a lot more rainfall across the island. Euro has more of that rainfall up to the east of the island, even although we have some dots of blues across the island. Either way, we're going to be getting on some rainfall, as we can see both accumulated precipitation forecast maps showing all the rainfall that's expected throughout the day on Saturday, with the most in the way for rainfall totals across the east on the Euro up to 0.66 of an inch of rainfall. GFS, something similar, especially with those oranges that we know represent up to 0.6 of an inch of rainfall, as you can see by the key on the right. And we'll take it. We're indeed grateful that there's going to be some amount of rainfall across somewhere in Jamaica today, cooling down the temperatures, doing something about the drought that we've been experiencing, especially across western Jamaica earlier this year. Alright, so let us switch gears and talk about the U.S. National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. We can see that they've given a medium chance to that system across the Western Caribbean that has a chance of developing in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. We'll see if that gets the name Chris. We also see that they've given that system to the east of Beryl a 50% chance of cyclone formation within the next 7 days. They've stated here, a tropical wave located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands is producing an era of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions appear conducive for additional development of this system, and a tropical depression could form by the middle of next week while it moves generally westward at 15 to 20 miles per hour across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. And we can see the general direction right here pushing into the same direction that Beryl is forecast to go into. As a matter of fact, let us look back at the satellite images. So as you can see, as the sun is coming up, we still have Beryl right here strengthening, taking advantage of the very warm sea surface temperatures out there. The system to its east, disorganized right now, but it's definitely trying to get its act together as it pushes westward. And if we take a closer look at Beryl right now, we can definitely see how asymmetric she has gotten overnight. Definitely developing upper level clouds fanning out, a nice central dense overcast core starting to formulate across her center. She will definitely start clearing out an eye soon as she makes it up to hurricane status and pushes westward into portions of the Eastern Caribbean, the Lesser Antilles. As we can see here by the track forecast, majority of these models making a west northwesterly direction. What's the word? It's definitely going to the west northwest. Some models taking it to the south of Jamaica, that pink one, that blue one. But look at that, most of the models are making it close to Jamaica and then the Cayman Island. And if we take a look at the intensity model guidance, we can see that even within the next 48 hours, within the next 72 hours, so that's the next 2 days from now to Monday or even Tuesday, it has the system getting up there to category 3, category 2 status. As we can see, most of these models right here in consensus with that intensity. You know, when it comes to those wind speeds, we're talking about 60 to 105 knot winds, and we know how many miles per hour that is. That can definitely do a lot of damage, and we don't want to be in the path of that. We know that causes a lot of power outages, and we're not here for that at all. Even if we take a look at the models in terms of what's expected, let us focus our attention right here at the top, the timestamp, and we're going to be focusing our attention on all the greens, yellows, oranges, reds that will represent rainfall, and we're going to be focusing our attention down here. So all of the systems are coming from east to west, so we're going to be seeing our system coming in. Let's see how it goes this morning on the euro. We're looking at the 0Z euro. Later on today, we're going to be posting another video showing the 6Z euro and GFS run, as well as the update, the 10 a.m. Jamaica time update from the Hurricane Center. So let's go out in time and see exactly what unfolds. So we can see the system right here coming in, the isobars around the area of low pressure, the greens, the moisture, the yellows, the heavy rain, and it should be making it into the island according to this run by 1 p.m. on Monday. And then as it goes out in time, the euro has it passing to the south of Jamaica by 7 a.m. on a Wednesday, and we see the other system behind it coming in on the same path. And we're just going to be stopping right here at the next 168 hours. That's the next 7 days. Both of them seem to be passing to the south of the island right there, but still we see that they're both kicking up a lot of moisture, a lot of green. So even if we don't get a direct hit from the system, rainfall is definitely expected, and we know the top right hand corners of these systems have the most in the way of rainfall. But either way, we have to take these forecasts with a grain of salt. So far out in time, we're not 100% sure that this is what's going to happen, which is exactly why we have to stay updated to see exactly what unfolds. Look at what the GFS is showing, because I'm pretty sure that later on the euro is going to be showing something different. So this is the 0Z euro run. We're going out in time. Clearly we see a stronger system coming into the islands. Definitely a hurricane on the GFS. 1 p.m. on Monday, passing through the Windward Islands, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Grenada getting the brunt of it, pushing westward or west-northwestward, and look where it is. Passing to the north of Jamaica, a path similar to what Hurricane Dennis did in 2005. Then that system behind it, right there, basically following in the heels of Beryl in general. But look where it is on 0Z Thursday, which is actually 7 p.m. on Wednesday, Jamaica time. So we see the discrepancies, we see the differences with where the system is expected to be on both the Euro and the GFS, and we don't really have consensus. Even the other system behind that, we have to stay updated to see exactly what unfolds, because look at this. 7 days out, the Euro has it to the south of Jamaica. 7 days out, the Euro has the other system to the east of Jamaica. So the GFS has it to the east of Jamaica. So the Euro is a bit faster on this run than the GFS. But let us backtrack and talk some more about Beryl. So by 7 a.m. on Wednesday, it should be passing to the south of Jamaica on the Euro. By about 7 p.m. on Wednesday, the system should be passing to the north of Jamaica on well, we see the discrepancies with the forecast, and again, as of the 5 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is actually 4 a.m. Jamaica time update from the Hurricane Center, they are still threading the needle, because we know they're using both the Euro and the GFS models to forecast. They're definitely threading the needle between what the GFS and the Euro are showing. Euro showing more of a southward track, GFS showing more of a northward track. So they're threading the needle. They don't know which model to pick from, so they're going with what both of them are showing and just doing the average somewhere in between there, which explains the H, which stands for hurricane strength, passing right over Jamaica. It's definitely causing a lot of talk across the island as we speak. Either way, right now we can see that a Beryl is packing maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour as it moves westward at 21 miles per hour. And we have hurricane watches up for Barbados right here in the pink, because we're definitely sure that it's going to be making it into the Windward Islands. And as such, it makes sense that the Barbadian or Barbados Prime Minister Motley has made a post highlighting the urgency with the bad weather that's expected. This was posted 8 hours ago to PMO Barbados on YouTube.
To work to identify those vulnerable persons to ensure that we don't leave anybody alone. You know this.
So we know it's definitely the usual. Warning persons to take necessary precautions so that they're not that drastically affected, highlighting that there's something coming, that we should definitely take it seriously, and definitely be our brother's keeper. So we know the names on the list. Alberto is finished. Beryl is what's happening now. Chris is next. We'll see if we can get that out of the system in the southwestern Gulf. And Debbie, it could be Debbie that's behind Beryl. Who knows? We just have to stay updated to see exactly what unfolds. Alright, so that's it for now. I'm going to be posting another video sometime around after 10 today, if not 11. Thanks for watching.